lovely ladies, and welcome to another episode of Success Starts Within. So today I want to talk about a topic that I am hearing a lot, and that is this work isn't working. I'm doing the affirmations, I'm journaling, I'm challenging myself all the time, but why am I not feeling any change? And most of the time, it is because people aren't pushing through the barriers. They're not staying consistent. They think that they could journal one day, they can then leave it for another week. They're not challenging themselves regularly. And so nothing is changing, because what is happening is you are setting this goal for yourself and you are doing the work for maybe a week, 2 weeks, but then life gets in the way. And I totally get that. I've got 2 young children, I've got 2 businesses, life is crazy, but it's the consistency that is what is going to create that change. Now, when we feel that we aren't pushing forward and nothing is changing, it is because our subconscious mind is not happy. Our nervous system is going, absolutely not. I do not want you to start changing, because when you start getting out of this comfort zone that we are so happy to be in, then I don't know what's going to happen out of that. It's the fear of the unknown. So it keeps pulling you back in, and it tells you to stop doing the inner work. Your brain will start to find other things for you to do other than to sit and do the journaling that you said you're going to commit to yourself every day. You are going to start clearing out the kitchen cupboards, start putting the washing on. And this is something that I know I've done. When I sit down to do a task, which I start to feel resistance around, my mind starts to think about the washing that needs to be doing. So I go and put a wash load in, and then I see that the dishwasher needs doing. So I do the dishwasher, and then I think, well, maybe I need to sort of do that for dinner tonight. And before I know it, an hour's gone. And that is exactly what the subconscious mind does. It stops you. It wants to pull you back in that comfort zone. It doesn't want you to put yourself out there. It doesn't want you to be successful. It doesn't want you to make more money, because where you are now is where it's happy. But it's also the place where you're not happy. You're consciously thinking, but I want to make more money. Yeah, I'm in the kitchen, cleaning the floor, doing the dishwasher, and I'm away from my desk and I'm not working. So this is the resistance that we need to really push through. When you feel that your mind is trying to take you elsewhere, when you start to feel these sensations in your body that are uncomfortable, that's your nervous system signaling to you that it's not happy. And I want you to just stop, and I want you to just put your feet on the ground, and I want you to breathe. And I know this is something that I'm going to say a lot, is just stop and breathe. It is something that you might think, oh, breathe, yeah, great. It really does work. It's just stopping in that moment and breathing, because you won't realize it, but what is going on physiologically in your body is your heart rate is going to be increasing. You're going to start feeling tetchy, and your body is going in this fight or flight because it wants to get away from the task that you have set yourself to do. It wants to get away from the journaling. It wants to get away from the moments of space that you have committed to giving yourself in order to do the things that you need to do to make yourself grow and expand. So just stop, put your feet on the ground, take a few breaths, and put your hand on your heart and tell yourself that you're safe, because your nervous system feels under threat when you're trying to consciously do something new. So just tell yourself that you're safe. And the thing is with the nervous system, it is wired in the way that it always has been. Although we have evolved as human beings, our bodies and our wiring haven't really caught up with the world that we live in now. So when you're sat and you're journaling and you're feeling that resistance, that is your body feeling under threat. That is your body thinking that you are in danger. It's crazy how the body works, but this is just how it is. It thinks that you're in danger, which is why it wants you to stop and do something that is more comfortable and safe for you, like doing the washing, like sorting out the kitchen cupboards, like doing the dishwasher. Not that we enjoy those things, let's be honest, but it's safe. It's something that we do very regularly in our lives, and it's something that we feel comfortable and happy doing. So put your feet on the ground, take a few breaths, hand on your heart. I am safe. I'm safe in this moment. And bring yourself into the present moment, because ultimately, the most important moment in our life is the present one, the one that you are in right now. And when you do that, you're signaling to your body that it is safe for you to just stop and to do the exercise that you have committed to yourself to be doing. And then start to bring back those practices that you want to have back in your life. So the journaling, bring back the practices of tapping or whatever it is that you are doing to grow. But ultimately, when you feel that it's not working, keep going. Do not stop. Get through that resistance, because once you start pushing through the resistance, when you continue to do the inner work, even when it feels hard and that when you feel that you don't want to do it, that is the point to keep going. And if you continue to do that, what you're doing is that you're showing your subconscious mind and teaching your nervous system that the work that you are doing to expand and improve yourself is okay. It's nothing to be afraid of. And what will happen when you keep pushing through this resistance is that it will become easier. And what it means is that the comfort zone that you have set yourself at will slowly get bigger and bigger because you're expanding. Now, when we are trying to expand our comfort zone, we don't want to do this quickly. We don't want to take huge, big leaps, because what's going to happen is that we are going to self-sabotage and we're going to bring ourselves back to baseline. We're going to tell ourselves that we can't do this. This is not for me. I'm not the person that is able to do this. I can't be the person that I'm dreaming about. I can't be successful. I can't earn this much money. I'm just going to have to stick as I am. But that is not the case. You can be anybody that you want to be. You can have a limitless life if you commit to doing the inner work consistently. And when you do it very, very slowly, because this is a marathon, it's not a race. We need to be gentle with our subconscious. You know, it's got these stories and these experiences that we've had, they've lodged into our mind because they want to keep us safe. It's cute. It's nice that our minds and bodies want to keep us safe, but it's keeping us playing small. It's not going to make us grow any bigger. So do it very, very slowly. Do the work slowly. Push through the resistance. Continue with what you need to do in order to become the person that you want to be. And over time, the compound effect will be massive. So if you want to start creating new daily habits, for example, you want to sit and do some tapping every day, it's going to be a lot easier for you to attach a new habit, a new practice onto a current one that you have. And this is called habit stacking. So for example, if every single day you go down and you make yourself a cup of coffee, while the kettle is boiling or while the coffee machine is on, you can do your breathing, you can do your tapping. So what will happen over time is that you make coffee, you do your tapping, or you make coffee, you do your breathing. Then you go and do your makeup, or you go and have a shower. You finished your shower, you look in the mirror and you do your mirror work, you do your affirmations, and do these over time. Add these new habits onto something that you already do. And once that new habit becomes part of your everyday, create a new habit. And you can see how over a period of a year, you would have integrated so many positive and supportive habits into your life that are going to expand you, that are going to change you as a person. And that is probably the easiest way for you to integrate tools into your life, because you're not trying to carve out time. Because when we do carve out time, we are very good as human beings to try and find other things that we need to be doing instead. If it's something the subconscious and the nervous system don't like, then it is going to do everything it can to try and make you do something else. However, if you already make a cup of coffee in the morning and you want to add one of your practices onto that, then there's going to be less resistance because you're adding it onto something that you already do. So I want you to think about the practices that you would like to start integrating into your life. And then I want you to think about what habits you or actions that you do every single day at the same time every day. So putting the kettle on, putting your makeup on, having a shower, walking the kids to school or walking home on your own, driving to work. What little tools can you add onto those existing scenarios that you have and you have to do every single day? Now, one of the hardest things is at the weekends because our routines always get thrown out at the weekends, and it is harder. I will be honest, my practices do go at the wayside a lot more at the weekend, but again, it's a marathon, it's not a race. If you're doing it Monday to Friday, then that's enough. That's 5 out of 7 days that you are doing work on yourself. And when you get this resistance, as I said, just stop yourself and take a few deep breaths. Put your hand on your heart and tell yourself that you're safe, because you are going to be signaling to your nervous system that all is well, all is fine. This new person that I'm becoming is absolutely safe to be. And remind yourself that this is what I need to do in order to become the person that I want to be. So I really hope that this episode has been useful for you. I would really appreciate if you could like and follow my page, podcast, whatever it is, and feedback. I would love to hear from you. If you find any of the episodes that I put out there are useful, if you've had any light bulb moments, please contact me, because I would really love to connect with you and to support you, because I'm doing these podcasts because I know that the information that I have and the work that I've done on myself literally transforms lives. So have the most amazing day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.